It's Terrier Talk. That means I'm Brian Moore, and my guest has a virtual wall up. That's Hanako Kawasaki from the women's golf team, a two-time All-Patriot League first-team honoree, the Patriot League Scholar Athlete of the Year a season ago, former Patriot League Golfer of the Year, and this week's Patriot League Golfer of the Week. Maybe we should be sponsored by LinkedIn after this. Hanako, this summer, though, there was more than golf in just the Patriot League as you qualified for the U.S. Women's Amateur Championship in August. How amazing was that week in Rye, New York?
Yeah, I think it's a bit difficult to put in words, really. It's like a very flattering, a big honor to play such a prestigious event. And, like the best amateurs in the nation come to Westchester, which is where I played. And the course was immaculate, conditions were pristine. So playing in such a nice course with a great field, it just kind of motivated me to become a better player, and also kind of cemented the fact that all my years of hard work kind of played off. So I was definitely really, really honored and happy to be there in the championship.
Well, I love this. As the story goes, you didn't even get a chance to practice or walk the course prior to the qualifying round. Now, in all sports, film on yourself, notes, the course, any information is beneficial. What was it like without having any knowledge of it?
Yeah, so they're defining pros and cons. So a practice round is super important for golf, especially because you have to really know where to play your shots, right? So if you don't really know where to kind of plan your shot, you can be in a really risky position and put yourself in a really bad spot. But there is a really good thing about it where sometimes I'm a very aggressive player. So sometimes it actually benefits me not knowing that there's a water, a hazard somewhere there, and just me just going at the pin, or, being a very aggressive player, not knowing the risks or the result in the end. So actually, I think it was a blessing in disguise that I couldn't play the practice round, but I'm glad it all worked in the end.
Well, you took the risk and you got more rewards out of it. So that's always good to hear. Hanako Kawasaki is my guest here on Terrier Talk. You're a senior and a captain now on this Terrier team, so we can finally ask the real tough questions. In Boston and around New England, which is a better time to golf, or which time do you prefer to golf? Your fall schedule or the spring schedule?
I think I'd say the spring. It gets very cold, and it's a lot tougher for sure. But I think because conference, we have the Patriot League conference in the spring. We always wrap ourselves up. We're always super hyped. Our team atmosphere and dynamic in the spring is really intense. I really like the kind of competitive spirit we got. The fall is also very competitive and nice. I think compared to the spring semester with conference in the end.
All right, so you'd rather go for the trophy than the nicer weather. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, lastly, coming to Boston from Vietnam, what advice would you give to other international students who are thinking of coming to the U.S. for school?
Yeah, it's definitely a really big change. So I think my biggest advice would definitely be to come to Boston or America at least once before you go to college. Didn't have the privilege to do that, so I just came in to Boston my first time as a freshman.
Wow.
But I think really acclimating and kind of getting familiar with the weather conditions, the type of grass, and how everything works. It's a very big different culture shock. So just kind of being prepared for that mentally would go a long way in the future.
Hanako Kawasaki and the Terrier women's golf team continues their fall schedule by heading south to Greensboro, North Carolina to take part in the Bryan National Intercollegiate starting on Sunday. Till next time, I'm Brian Moore. Let's talk again.